Hey guys, what's going on? Jeb here, and in today's video I am going to be bringing you my Ethereum price prediction. I'm going to be going over exactly where I think Ethereum is heading in the next 7 days, the next 14 days, and in the next 45 days. And I think you'll be shocked to realize where I think Ethereum is heading. We're going to jump onto the chart and do some technical analysis, but before we get started, make sure to like the video if you like the video and subscribe if you want to see more content. Without much further ado, guys, let's go ahead and dive right on into it. So guys, as always, we have to start with our bullish technicals, and the first thing I want to show you is down on the 4-hourly chart for ETH. It shows up right here, and it is the fact that Ethereum was in a descending wedge earlier on today and earlier on this week. As you may know, descending wedges typically break to the downside. Descending wedges typically break in the opposite direction that the market is moving. So in this case, it broke to the upside. We have now seen that breakout, and that is a very bullish sign that we should definitely be taking heed of. Another thing to take a look at here on Ethereum is the fact that Ethereum was in a bull pennant right here, and we broke bullish out of it, and we hit the price target. The price target for this bull pennant was right around where we are right now, which is about $3,700, just shy of that. So that's a very good sign that we have broken that. Looking back out to the daily chart, we can see that there is a MACD bullish cross coming in on ETHUSD, and that's indicative of longer-term bullish price action. One thing to also look at is the fact that there is some very strong RSI divergence showing up down here on the 4-hourly chart on Ethereum. We see that there's a downtrending level of support here on the bottoms of ETH, and we also see that there's an uptrending level of support here on the bottoms of the RSI. That is indicative of short-term bullish price action. One of the other things to look at is none other than the Luxe Algo indicator. Let me go ahead and grab it really quickly. Luxe Algo is saying that we are bullish on the 4-hourly chart, and we saw a buy signal just a little over a day ago, which has been pushing us to the upside. So that's a very good sign. And one of the things I also want to point out is that out on the daily chart, we saw a sell signal on Luxe Algo just a few days ago on the 10th of September, but that sell signal looks like it might be about to get nullified. We have now seen that Ethereum is quite far above where it was when we saw that sell signal, which indicates to me that in the next couple of days, if Ethereum manages to maintain above $3,600, then we're probably going to see a buy signal on Luxe Algo, which is a very good thing indeed. Now, there are a few things that we need to be aware of that are not so bullish on Ethereum, and one of those has to do with what is known as the TD sequential. The TD sequential, as you can see, hit a 9 flash earlier on yesterday. Right here, we had a red 9 flash, which indicates that we need to see a corrective movement. As of the last 48 hours, we have seen a major rally in violation of that TD sequential. That does mean that we need to see a pretty strong correction. Now, the TD sequential has been reset, and we've seen a red 1 show up on the 4-hourly chart, but I still think, based on the fact that we rallied so far so quickly, that we need to see a small correction. We can also see here on the Bollinger Bands that we were riding the outside of the Bollinger Bands for quite some time, and that does indicate that we're going to need to see a bit of a correction. Another thing to bring to your attention is the fact that we have what is known as a hanging man candlestick formation showing up here between the hours of 4 a.m. and 8 a.m. Eastern time, and that is a bearish candlestick formation, and we know that because of the long lower shadow. That indicates that the bears took control of the market during this time period, and it shows that they have strength, and we've seen the same thing happen in the last 4 hours. There has been a lot of strength shown here on the chart from the bears. So with all of that in mind, I think we're about to see a short-term correction on Ethereum, and I think that we will do that right down to support around $3,500. That's constituted by this uptrend that was set by highs on the 13th of August, the 16th of August, and the 23rd of August. If you extrapolate that trend line out, that gives us a support level of $3,500, and I think it is likely that Ethereum will pull back here. However, because of all of the bullish longer-term fundamentals and technicals that we see on the daily chart, like the bullish MACD cross coming in on ETHUSD daily, I think the next 7 to 14 days will be very bullish. So here's my perspective and my prediction. I think that Ethereum is going to pull back down to $3,500 over the next 24 to 48 hours. From there, I think it's going to bounce in between $3,400 and $3,500, and then over the next 7 to 14 days, I think it is going to bounce and rally all the way back to locals highs around $4,000, and from there, I also think within the next 45 days, i.e. by the end of October, we're going to be back at all-time high on Ethereum, and we're going to see the market start running in a way that we haven't seen since the beginning of this year. But I want to hear your take on that. Where do you think Ethereum is going next? Is it about to see a massive resurgence above $4,000 and on towards all-time highs at 4,400? Do you agree that we're going to see a short-term correction and consolidation down to around $3,500 before that rally begins? And are you invested in Ethereum? I'm heavily invested in Ethereum, so I'm very much looking forward to it returning back to all-time highs in the next 45 days. And I'll give you a bonus prediction. I think Ethereum is going to be trading between $7,000 and $8,000 by the end of this year, December 31st. If you want to see more content on why I think that's going to happen, make sure to go back and watch Coffee and Crypto this morning. We talked about Ethereum at length in that stream, and you can see our reasoning behind all of those predictions in even more detail. That's all I got for you today. If you enjoyed today's show, make sure to like that video, and also make sure to subscribe to the definitive channel for technical analysis on YouTube on cryptocurrency markets. That's all I got for you today. Before I go, I do just first want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching, as always, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.